When you think of Tornado Alley, what comes to mind? Probably the vast, flat landscapes of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, right? For decades, that's been the heartland of America's most intense tornado activity. But what if I told you the map is being redrawn? A dangerous and surprising shift is underway, and it's moving the bullseye for deadly storms eastward, putting millions of people who thought they were safe directly in harm's way. This isn't just a weather forecast. It's a fundamental change in our climate that could affect your family's safety. Today, we're diving deep into the science behind this eastward shift, exploring which new areas are at risk, and most importantly, what you can do to prepare for the new face of Tornado Alley. So, what exactly is happening? For generations, Tornado Alley was a well-defined region in the Great Plains. This was the perfect breeding ground for the supercell thunderstorms that spawn tornadoes. You needed warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico, cool, dry air from the Rockies, and strong wind shear to get the storms rotating. That classic setup is still a major factor, but scientists have noticed a startling trend over the past few decades. The frequency of tornadoes in the traditional Tornado Alley has actually been decreasing. At the same time, a new, more dangerous corridor is emerging to the east. This new hotspot stretches across states like Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Researchers are calling it the new Tornado Alley. And here's the scary part. Tornadoes in this region are often more deadly. Why? Well, it comes down to a few critical factors. First, population density. The Southeast is far more populated than the Great Plains. There are more homes, more businesses, and simply more people in the path of a potential storm. Second, the terrain is completely different. Instead of wide-open fields where you can see a tornado coming from miles away, the Southeast has rolling hills and dense forests. This landscape drastically reduces visibility, giving people much less time to take shelter. You might not see it until it's almost on top of you. Another major difference is the time of day these tornadoes strike. In the Great Plains, tornadoes are most common in the late afternoon and early evening. But in the Southeast, a significant number of tornadoes happen at night. A storm in the dead of night is a worst-case scenario. People are asleep, they might miss the warnings, and the darkness adds another layer of terror and confusion. Imagine being woken up by the sound of a freight train and having only seconds to react. This is the terrifying reality for many in this new, emerging tornado hotspot. So, the big question is, why is this shift happening? Scientists believe it's linked to broader changes in our climate. As the planet warms, the conditions that fuel tornadoes are changing. The Gulf of Mexico is getting warmer, pumping more moisture and energy into the atmosphere. At the same time, large-scale weather patterns are shifting. The dry line, that critical boundary between moist and dry air that helps trigger storms, appears to be migrating eastward. Essentially, the key ingredients for severe storms are becoming more common further east than they used to be. It's not that the plains are suddenly safe, but the frequency and intensity of tornadic storms are clearly increasing in this new southeastern corridor. And this eastward expansion isn't just a theory. It's backed by solid data. A study published in the Journal of Applied Meteorology and Climatology analyzed tornado reports over several decades and found a clear statistical trend. They saw a measurable decrease in tornado days in the traditional alley and a significant increase in the southeast. We're talking about a geographic shift of hundreds of miles. This means communities that rarely had to worry about tornadoes are now facing a very real and growing threat. This has huge implications for everything from building codes to emergency management and public awareness. Let's dig a bit deeper into what makes tornadoes in the southeast particularly dangerous. We've already mentioned the nighttime factor and the hilly, forested terrain that hides them. But there's another critical element: the types of homes people live in. The Southeast has a higher percentage of mobile and manufactured homes, which are extremely vulnerable to high winds. A direct hit from even a relatively weak tornado can completely destroy a mobile home. This combination of factors, more people, less visibility, nighttime storms, and more vulnerable housing creates a perfect storm for tragedy. It helps explain why states like Alabama and Mississippi have disproportionately high numbers of tornado-related fatalities compared to their Great Plains counterparts. So, the most important question is, are you prepared? If you live anywhere from Louisiana to Tennessee, from Arkansas to Alabama, this isn't a distant problem anymore. It's a local one. The very first step is to change your mindset. You can no longer assume it won't happen here just because it hasn't in the past. The past is no longer a reliable guide for the future. You need to have a tornado safety plan for your family. Where will you go when a warning is issued? The absolute safest place is a certified underground storm shelter or a basement. If you don't have one, the next best spot is an interior room on the lowest floor, away from windows. A bathroom, closet, or a central hallway is often a good choice. Get under something sturdy, like a heavy table or desk, and cover your head with your arms, a bike helmet, or thick blankets. Having a way to get warnings is absolutely critical, especially for those dangerous nighttime tornadoes. Don't rely on outdoor sirens. Might not hear them if you're asleep or if the power is out. Every single home in this region needs a NOAA weather radio. It's like a smoke detector for severe weather. It will automatically sound a loud alarm when a watch or warning is issued for your specific county, waking you up if needed. Also, make sure you have weather apps on your phone with alerts turned on. Having multiple ways to get a warning is the best strategy. Redundancy saves lives. You should also have an emergency kit ready to go. This doesn't have to be complicated. Just a sturdy bag with essentials like bottled water, non-perishable food for a few days, a flashlight with extra batteries, a first aid kit, any necessary medications, and a power bank for your phone. After a storm hits, emergency services can be completely overwhelmed, and you might need to be self-sufficient for a few days. Having this kit ready means you're not scrambling for supplies in the middle of a crisis. And don't forget about your pets. Have a leash, some food, and water ready for them as well. The eastward shift of Tornado Alley is a serious wake-up call. It highlights how our world is changing and why we absolutely must adapt. For city planners and emergency managers in the Southeast, this means reevaluating everything. Are the building codes strong enough to withstand tornadic winds? Are there enough public shelters available to the community? How can we improve our warning systems to reach everyone, especially those in rural communities or who may not have access to modern technology? This is a huge challenge that requires a community-wide effort. It's about education, stronger infrastructure, and constant awareness. For all of us, it's a powerful reminder that nature is unpredictable. But we are not helpless. By understanding the risk, making a plan, and having the right tools, you can protect yourself and your loved ones. Don't wait for the storm to be on your doorstep. The time to prepare is now. Talk to your family tonight, assemble your emergency kit this weekend, and practice your tornado drill. This knowledge is your best defense against the new, shifting reality of Tornado Alley. Thank you for watching. If you found this information helpful, please share it with your friends and family, especially those living in the Southeast. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that helps you stay safe and informed. Stay aware, stay prepared, and we'll see you in the next video.